Hey guys, guess what? I'm back, and you know who else is? Rihanna. Yes, Miss Fenty herself. She just dropped brand new concealer. This is so highly awaited. Honestly, like this drop, I logged onto Sephora and I ordered it just like that. I was like, wow. So we've got it, we're testing it out. I've got the two lightest shades in the 16 shade range, and you know what? We're testing it out with her two latest foundations. So if you want to see that, definitely stay tuned. Help a girl out, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and subscribe. All right guys, I also want to tell you just a little bit of tea right now. So this one right here is a brand new launch. This is in Canada, and I feel like I should tell you guys because this is like the holy grail, supposedly, of concealers. This is the Tarte. This is Shape Tape Concealer, and Sephora just launched it in Canada. So you know what? If you guys don't know, now you know. All right, guys. So if you want to see the Tarte version of concealer plus their new products, let me know in the comments down below. If you guys want to see that, I'll definitely pick it up for you guys. All right, guys. Let's get into it. Before I go in, I'm gonna start using this one right here, and this is the Fenty Soft Silk Faux Filter Hydrating Primer before I start, doing this test for you guys. And I actually thought, why not? She's launched, I believe it's 4 foundations now. The first one didn't work for me. It's honestly meant for more of a oily skin, and I have more of a dry skin. So I thought, why not use her latest 2 foundations, which would be this one right here, which is her powder foundation, and this one is called the Pro Filter Soft Matte Powder Foundation. This is the shade 120. And then I've got this one right here, which I absolutely love. If you guys haven't seen the video for either of these, I will link them up above, but this one right here is absolutely amazing. I love this. This is the Eavesdrop, and this is called Blurring Skin Tint, and this is shade 2. So I thought I'm gonna do half my face with one, half my face with the other, and then try these concealers out, because she only dropped 16 shades for concealer and 50 shades for foundation. So I'm like, sweetie, you broke the internet. You broke the internet, honey, when you dropped those foundations. And now there's like 16 shades of concealer, so I'm like disappointed, I guess. So I actually picked up the 2 lightest ones right here. So this one is called Golden Ivory 0.2, and this one is Rose Quartz 0.1. So this one's very rosy, this one's very yellow, and I'm very neutral toned. I'm also very fair. So you know what? I thought the fair shade is actually quite down the line in the 16 shades. I'm like, meh, I don't know what to do. So I actually picked up both. I thought, why not do something fun? Do half my face with one product and do half my face with the other, and test it out on top of her latest 2 foundations. So let's just unbox these. I'm super excited for this. Like, who hasn't been waiting for Rihanna to come out with a concealer? I know I have been. Like, this has been years in the making that we've all been waiting for this. We don't need this. This is the packaging right here. This is different. I'm not sure what I was expecting for when Rihanna comes out with a concealer, but this is probably not it. But I'm not hating on the packaging. This is really cute, but again, just from the color inside the tube, I can see this one's very yellow, this one's very rosy. So I'm hoping one of these will work for me. They are the 2 lightest shades, and your girl is fair as Snow White. So you know what? We're just gonna figure this out, which is why I picked up both of them. All right, so this is fun. So what does this say on the back? This just says Bright Fix Eye Brightener, and it's got the shade name. It's 10 mils. This is good for 12 months. So this one is, let's start with just swatching this on the back of my hand. This is 0.1. Oh, okay. That is fun. It is like a little ball. It is plastic. I enjoy that. Oh, okay, it's a very liquidy. Not terribly liquidy. That is full coverage. Wow. Okay. That is very kind of more rose toned than I would go for. But let's try this one. Swatch this on the back of my hand. That is full coverage. I'm excited for this. This one, I'll try and put a little bit less on my hand. Again, this one is very golden. You know what? I might need to mix these to make it work, but this is shade 1 and this is shade 2 on someone as fair as I am. I'm actually kind of digging shade 2. Okay, so you guys can see this right here. I honestly think that is quite the concealer jump, you know, for a shade range for the color story. That is quite the jump, 100%. Let me just kind of smooth that out just a little bit more. There. Yeah, for me, like, she could have come out with a couple more shades, a couple in between. I think I'm in between, but we're gonna test this out. Just like I always do, I'm gonna go in and test out one on one side and one on the other, just so you guys can see the difference. All right, to start off, let's go in with her latest foundation drop, and this one is Ease Drop, and this is shade 2, and this is the Blurring Skin Tint. I'm actually just gonna pick up some of this on my palette right here, just a little bit, because we're just gonna go in and do half of our face with this one, and then apply the concealer on top. So to apply this, I'm actually gonna go in with a brush. I'm just gonna tap that on. All right, guys, I'm gonna go in. I'm just gonna start on one side of my face, applying that foundation. This is a foundation that I think matches me perfectly. It's super, super awesome. I really love it. I do find when you are applying it with a brush, you do have to apply just a little bit more than you would with a sponge. So you have to take that into account. But I really love the finish on this. I think, holy smokes, it's good. Beautiful summer foundation. So I have got my foundation on the one side of my face. I'm actually gonna go in, we may as well start with shade 1. We're gonna start with the number 1 shade, and this one's actually called Rose Quartz. And I'm excited for this. I'm actually just gonna apply this directly to my under eye, just a tiny dot or two. Now it's not coming out the way I want it to. I don't want to apply too much. Okay, there we go. So now that I've got that there, I'm just going to apply that there. It is under eye concealer, but I am just going to apply just a little bit there, just a little bit here, a little bit there, and just a little bit right there, which is where I would normally apply my concealer. It does specifically say it is under eye concealer, but you know, we are testing it out, so I feel like I'm just gonna go in like I would with my normal concealer. I have got a clean beauty sponge right here. We're just gonna go in, tap that out. Okay. When it was on the back of my hand, I wanted less. So I applied less because it was so full coverage, but I feel like now I want more. So I'm actually gonna go in and apply just a little bit more, but you can see that there is some coverage there, but she's more of a full coverage kind of girl, and I want more concealer. So we're applying just a little bit more under my eye, and I'm gonna tap that out. That is super pretty. I like it, but do I love it? I mean, it matches the foundation. Like, I honestly thought it would be way too rosy for me, but I'm impressed, like super impressed. All right, let's move on. Let's actually start with our concealer for the other side, because we are gonna go in with a powder foundation. So I am gonna start with the concealer first. So I'm just gonna go in, apply some of this under my eyes. Wherever I'm gonna apply concealer normally is where I'm going to apply this. Okay. You know what? For the concealer themselves being so dark in color, they actually blend into your skin tone really, really well. Which is probably why she only came out with the 16 shades. It's the formulation of the concealer. I'm not gonna lie, I was really like shook when I read that there was only 16 shades. I was like, girl, you broke the internet when you dropped your foundation, and now only 16 shades for a highly anticipated product such as concealer. But I don't hate that. I wish there was more coverage, because you can still see the blue vein under my eye right here. So I am gonna go in with a little bit more, because we are gonna go in with our powder foundation. So I'm just gonna go in and directly apply from the tube. just a little bit more product right there where I want to build it up, which is what I did on the other side. I applied 2 coats. Again, we're just going to tap that out with our dampened beauty sponge. It is buildable. It is very buildable. Okay. Okay. Remember, this is the side I've got foundation on, this side I don't. And frankly, I don't hate it. Like, you could just go in and tap this concealer out and, you know, apply some blush and make it more of a natural looking finish, because that is really pretty. And I don't find it to be super yellow either compared to what I thought it was going to be on the back of my hand when I swatched it. I was like, whoa. But this is actually not something I'm mad at. So we're going to go in with this one right here, and this is the Faux Filt'r Soft Matte Powder Foundation, and this is new from, I don't know, like 3 or 4 months ago she dropped this, and this is her powder foundation line. So I'm actually just going to go in, take her little powder puff that it came with, and start applying this powder foundation over top of the concealer. I actually really like this foundation. It's been my go-to for a while now for a powder foundation, until Patrick Starrr launched his, and then I was like, love it more. But honestly, I don't hate this. I love it. Super love it. So if you guys haven't seen the video for this, I will link that up above. I'm gonna go in now with just a regular powder brush and just kind of fluff out that foundation, just like I would normally. Okay, what do you guys think? I'm impressed, but not like, wow. I think, given everything, I think it's something we need to talk about. So you know what? Let's go in and score these products. Starting with application. Okay, let's talk about it. So application went on fine, but just fine. Like, it wasn't amazing. It didn't amaze me. So I'm gonna have to give this one probably an 8 out of 10 because it's just looking a little bit patchy right here. And this is the first side that I went on. So this one is the one that's over my foundation, and this side is the one that's under my foundation. Again, we did use 2 different foundations, but again, I'm gonna have to give this an 8 out of 10. Next, pigmentation. Being slightly disappointed about the 16 shades. Honestly, this one's a little yellow, this one's a little, you know, it's brightening, and I do find it brightening on my skin, but the rose one I do find a little bit blah. Neither one of these match me, really, and I've got amazing concealers that match me so good. So if you guys haven't seen that one, definitely check it out up above. I'll link that in the description for you guys. But for these, this brand new Fenty concealer, honestly, I'm gonna have to give it an 8. Like, I feel like there needs to be a little bit more shade. Like, she needs more shades. Finally, value. All right, guys, let's talk about it. So this one is coming in at $33 Canadian, and this It Cosmetics right here is essentially the same size tube. You're getting, I think, 2 ounces more in this one, and this is, I think, $4 more. So honestly, the coverage in this is so much better than the coverage in this. But if you're looking for something that is a little bit less coverage for the value, I think, you know what, go for it, try it out, it might work for you. I have a problem where it's not like matching me perfectly, so I'm not loving it. So I'm gonna have to give this one an 8 out of 10, bringing us to a final score of 24 out of 30. Would I recommend this? Honestly, if it works for you, then try it. But definitely, like, for me, I need a little bit more shade range. I'm more fair, I'm more neutral, I'm more blue undertones, and the rosy, the yellow just isn't working for me. Perhaps the next one would work for me a little bit better, but honestly, the pictures on the Sephora website when it came to ordering these, honestly, I thought these would be too dark. So the third one, I was like, no, we're just gonna stick to these ones. If you guys wanna see more videos like this, make sure and hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and definitely subscribe. Help a girl out, I appreciate it. All right, guys, until next time, live, love, and the plus. Bye, guys.